Before there was a blueprint, there were 9 girls. Built from precision, trained for perfection, designed to change everything. What they created became the formula. This is Girls' Generation. SM Entertainment had a vision in 2005 that sounded impossible. Create a girl group so perfectly balanced that each member would be individually irreplaceable while maintaining perfect group harmony. 9 trainees, each selected not just for talent, but for a specific role in a larger design. Taeyeon, the powerhouse vocalist who could anchor any song. Jessica, the ice princess with vocal complexity. Sunny, the energy source with variety show instincts. Tiffany, the American connection with that distinctive tone. Hyoyeon, the dance machine who moved like liquid fire. Yuri, the athletic performer with stage command. Sooyoung, the tall visual with acting ambitions. Yoona, the face that could launch 1,000 endorsements. Sohyun, the maknae with adult professionalism. The training period stretched for years. While other companies rushed groups to market, SM crafted each element with surgical precision. Dance formations that showcased all 9 members equally. Vocal arrangements that highlighted individual strengths while creating seamless harmonies. Personality development that made each girl memorable in her own right. This extensive preparation time created something unprecedented. A group where losing even one member would fundamentally change the entire dynamic. August 5, 2007. Into the New World dropped, and the girl group landscape shifted forever. The song itself defied conventional debut logic. Instead of safe, catchy pop, Girls' Generation launched with an emotional anthem about courage, dreams, and unwavering determination. The lyrics spoke to anyone who had ever faced uncertainty, while the soaring melody demanded vocal power that most rookie groups simply couldn't deliver. But the real innovation happened in the performance. 9 girls, moving as one, yet each maintaining distinct presence. The choreography showcased individual moments within group synchronization, a balance that seemed impossible to achieve. Watch any current girl group performance, and you'll see this exact formula. Their debut album demonstrated SM's master plan in full effect. Each track highlighted different member combinations, different vocal arrangements, different performance styles. They introduced the concept of the all-rounder group, skilled enough to tackle any genre, any concept, any challenge. The industry took notice immediately. This group possessed technical ability, visual appeal, and individual charisma in quantities that previous girl groups had never combined so successfully. 2008 became their laboratory year. While building their core fan base, Girls' Generation perfected the systems that every subsequent girl group would adopt. Their variety show appearances established the member spotlight strategy, each girl getting individual moments to shine while maintaining group chemistry. Sunny's quick wit, Yoona's natural charm, Hyoyeon's dance skills, Sohyun's mature responses. Each appearance strategically showcased different personalities, ensuring fans could connect with multiple members. But the true innovation lay in their approach to the album as a complete artistic statement. Rather than relying solely on title tracks, Girls' Generation elevated every song with equal attention and care. They perfected the revolutionary concept of B-side promotion, treating album tracks with the same strategic focus as title songs. This approach created deeper fan engagement and demonstrated artistic range that went far beyond just hit singles, establishing a practice that the entire industry would eventually adopt as standard. Most importantly, they began developing what would become the industry standard for fan interaction. From coordinated airport fashion to strategic social media presence that was revolutionary for 2008, Girls' Generation created the roadmap for idol fan relationships that transcended simple music consumption. And then G changed everything, not just for Girls' Generation, but for the entire concept of what girl groups could achieve. The song dropped in January 2009 and created the Aegyo phenomenon that still defines K-pop today. The colorful outfits, the synchronized expressions, the infectious energy. This concept became the blueprint that hundreds of groups would follow. But G succeeded because Girls' Generation perfected the balance between cute and sophisticated, playful and professional. The 9-week chart domination spoke to something deeper than just catchiness. G proved that girl groups could create cultural moments, not just music moments. The song became a national phenomenon, referenced in comedy shows, imitated by celebrities, embedded in Korean pop culture permanently. This success established the Girls' Generation formula: strategic concept execution backed by undeniable talent and meticulous preparation. Every future girl group success story would follow this exact framework. 2010 to 2012 represented the golden age of Girls' Generation's creative dominance. Each comeback demonstrated new possibilities for girl group artistry. Run Devil Run shattered the cute-only stereotype by proving the same 9 girls could embody mature, sophisticated concepts without losing their core identity. The black outfits, fierce choreography, and powerful vocals created the concept versatility standard that every major girl group now requires. Hoot pushed further into mature territory while maintaining their signature group chemistry. The song's complex vocal arrangements and demanding choreography showcased individual growth within group evolution. The Boys became their first serious attempt at global expansion, featuring English lyrics and international collaboration strategies. While the global breakthrough would take years to fully materialize, the Boys established the playbook for K-pop's eventual worldwide domination. The member distribution, the bilingual approach, the high-energy performance style all became standard practice for groups targeting international markets. During this period, they perfected the art of simultaneous individual and group promotion. Members began taking on acting roles, variety show hosting, and solo music projects while maintaining their group commitments. This multi-platform approach became the survival strategy that every long-term successful group now employs. The 2013 to 2014 showcased Girls' Generation at their most experimental and confident era. I Got a Boy defied every conventional songwriting rule, blending multiple genres and time signatures into something that should have been chaotic, but instead became iconic. The song's success proved that established groups could take creative risks without losing their fan base. This willingness to experiment while maintaining core identity became the longevity formula that separates legendary groups from temporary successes. Japanese market domination during this period created the international expansion template. Rather than simply translating Korean hits, they created Japan-specific content while maintaining their core identity. This strategy proved that global success required cultural adaptation, not cultural abandonment. But even the most carefully constructed foundations face unexpected storms. September 30, 2014, Jessica's departure sent shockwaves through the entire K-pop industry. The most shocking aspect had nothing to do with the departure itself. Lineup changes happen in K-pop. The shock came from the fact that it happened to Girls' Generation, the group that had seemed unbreakable, the gold standard of perfect unity and professionalism. But the real strength came in how they responded. Rather than disbanding or taking extended breaks, the remaining 8 members chose to continue. This decision proved the resilience of the foundation they had built together. The transition period revealed the true genius of the Girls' Generation model. The group's identity had never depended on any single member, no matter how popular. Their system of balanced roles and shared responsibilities meant they could adapt, reorganize, and continue functioning at the highest level. 2015 to 2017 became their definitive proof of concept. The Party, Lionheart, and OT8 Trilogy demonstrated that Girls' Generation could reinvent themselves while maintaining everything that made them legendary. Each song showcased different aspects of their artistic range. Party brought summer freshness, Lionheart delivered retro sophistication, and OT8 showed mature confidence. This concept rotation strategy became the standard for how established groups maintain relevance across multiple generations of fans. Their 10th anniversary celebrations in 2017 established the playbook for how legendary groups honor their legacy while continuing to evolve. The balance of nostalgia and innovation, the fan service combined with artistic integrity, every aspect became a masterclass in legacy management. Holiday served as both celebration and continuation, proving that even after a decade, Girls' Generation could still create music that felt both familiar and fresh. The post-2017 period showcased the ultimate validation of the Girls' Generation model. Each member's solo success strengthened rather than weakened their group identity. Taeyeon's solo career became the norm for main vocalists transitioning to individual artistry. Her ability to maintain both vocal excellence and commercial appeal while staying connected to her group roots created the playbook that every main vocalist now follows. Yoona's acting success demonstrated how visuals could transcend their original roles without abandoning them. Her transition from idol to respected actress, while maintaining group loyalty, became the career path model for visual members across the industry. Sunny's variety show dominance, Hyoyeon's DJ career, Yuri's acting ventures, Soyeon's diverse entertainment activities, Soyeon's musical theater exploration, and Tiffany's international pursuits. Each path created roadmaps for different types of individual success within group structures. By 2020, Girls' Generation had transcended normal group status to become a cultural institution. Their reunion activities generated more excitement than most groups' regular comebacks. This transformation established the standard for how legendary groups maintain relevance decades after their peak commercial period. Their 15th anniversary celebrations proved that Girls' Generation had achieved something unprecedented in K-pop: true longevity without sacrifice of artistic integrity or individual fulfillment. Concert tours that sold out immediately, despite years between group activities. Social media posts that generated millions of interactions. Individual achievements that consistently referenced their group foundation. They had created the perfect balance between solo success and group legacy. Today's girl group landscape exists entirely within the framework Girls' Generation created. Watch any current group performance and count the innovations they originated. Blackpink's individual member branding within group identity. Twice's concept versatility and member spotlight distribution. Red Velvet's experimental artistry balanced with commercial appeal. aespa's high concept execution with individual personality emphasis. IVE's visual vocal performance balance. New Jeans' fresh concepts built on solid foundational skills. Every successful element traces back to strategies Girls' Generation pioneered and perfected. They created the operating system that the entire industry now runs on. But the system's true genius lies in its adaptability. Rather than creating rigid rules, Girls' Generation established flexible principles that could evolve with changing times and markets. The specific tactics may change, but the underlying strategic approach remains constant. Industry professionals consistently reference Girls' Generation when discussing group formation, concept development, and career longevity. They became the benchmark against which all other achievements get measured. Current idols cite them as inspirations, not just for their success, but for how they achieved it. The professionalism, the mutual support, the individual excellence within group harmony. These elements became the aspirational standard for every trainee entering the industry. Music producers study their discography to understand how to balance artistic ambition with commercial appeal. Choreographers analyze their performances to see how individual moments enhance rather than distract from group synchronization. Entertainment executives examine their career trajectory to understand sustainable success in a notoriously volatile industry. Girls' Generation never set out to create a blueprint. They simply pursued excellence with such dedication and intelligence that their methods became the industry standard. They proved that girl groups could be artistically ambitious and commercially successful, that individual members could shine while strengthening group identity, that concepts could evolve while maintaining core appeal, that global expansion required cultural intelligence, not cultural abandonment, that longevity demanded innovation, not repetition. They transformed an entire industry not through revolution, but through evolution. By consistently executing at the highest level, they established new standards that became industry requirements. The formula they created continues to evolve, but its core principles remain unchanged. Balance individual excellence with group harmony. Maintain artistic integrity while achieving commercial success. Adapt to changing markets while preserving core identity. And always, always prepare thoroughly before taking risks. In 2007, 9 girls debuted with a dream. They created something far more valuable than hit songs or chart records. They created the foundation upon which an entire global phenomenon now stands. Girls' generation dared to be bold. Will you?